Okay, let's get going here. Now that we've dealt with the doorman, oh, welcome back to Emerald Dragon, by the way, we can finally meet the Sea Priestess. Hello, Tattoo. How are you doing? Well, looks like... well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. We've entered the fetch quest portion of the game. Not that I'm not used to that sort of thing in these sorts of games. After all, Ultima 4 and to a certain extent 5 were basically all fetch quest. The entire game was fetch quest. Get all of these things and put them all together to get the thing that you need to do the thing. Lesser demons are not that difficult. The main problem they can cause you is that they use mute. Yeah, the thing about Ultima 4 especially is that Ultima 4 is paced around the idea that the player has no idea what they're doing. So, if you come into it knowing exactly where to go and what to do to get all of the items and things you need to complete the game, you can actually end up at the end of the game otherwise ready to finish, but end up having to actually grind virtue. Okay, new enemy type. The sand insects are not very durable, but they can cast invisibility. Thankfully, invisibility casters are pretty rare overall among the many monster types in this game. And thank you for the buffs. It feels great to have Hadron back. There goes another invincibility casting. Nothing we can't handle. I don't know why Khosrau was able to see the invisible monsters there. There's still quite a bit that I don't know about how this game functions. I have to say that this is actually one of the better RPGs that Translation Corporation has fan-translated, because Dual Orb 2 is garbage. It's like a mid-late SNES game that has some pretty terrible gameplay going on there. Plus, it only ever has one battle theme throughout the entire game. The final boss does not have their own theme. Something you learn if you're like me and playing all the fan-translated RPGs you can. Just because it stayed in Japan, it doesn't mean it was good. The truth of the matter is that we actually got a decent chunk of the good RPGs localized. Not all of the great ones. We didn't get Treasure of the Rudra as... Let's see, what else didn't we get officially anyway? We didn't get Bahamut Lagoon. I'd actually thought about doing Treasure of the Rudras for this channel, but I'm going to need to do some real planning before I take on that chapter. Okay, so we have a boss. He comes with a bunch of lesser demons, which can mute Tamarin, which is bad, especially since the silver armor is actually a strong melee boss. So I had to use the clear potion I had on Tamarind in order to be able to safely dragon. I can't really say how good Tales of Fantasia or Star Ocean 1 were in the end, because I never actually finished that. I think I barely scratched the surface of both of those games. Anyway, now that we've weakened Silver Armor's self-esteem team, it shouldn't be too much of a problem to dispose of the trash and just take on the boss ourselves. I love the little monster animations. They are extremely Ultima. I can also see why Square didn't really animate monster sprites in the earlier Final Fantasy games, that is to say, everything before 7. Because it's kind of a challenge to animate anything drawn by Yoshitaka Amano. So, goodbye, Golem. Now we can explore this area freely, because there's a couple of things in here that I still want to get. I just need to remember where they are. Aha, here's one of them, a diamond. It's going to be very useful very soon, actually. Now, where was the other thing? Come on, dungeons are small. It shouldn't take long to find it. And there we go. I thought it was a piece of equipment, but then I remembered... Wait a minute, that's actually a temporary item. It's an item that provides a temporary buff when used in battle. But there's something else we'll be able to do with that. Not yet, but eventually. Now let's go back and talk to the priestess. Okay, we got it. Okay, so where is she? Well, back into the hole. No, go away. Bad random encounter. But not the worst random encounters around here. Oh no. The raw footage of this installment was over an hour long, and after cutting out a fair chunk of the random encounters, it came down to less than 28 minutes. And I will show you why that happened. Okay, area is about jumping downwards and climbing stairs, and it's a little bit of a maze that way. So, here's a sample of all of the monsters in this area. There's the Lich, who casts a lot of spells. There's the Onibi, which is a skirmisher that has a ton of AP. We'll just wait until they finish here. The Hell Taurus, which is your standard attacker. Fire Slimes, which can duplicate themselves and cast fire spells, not too damaging. And Vampires. Incredibly durable, very strong, and they can summon every kind of monster that's found in this cave, including other vampires. So, fights involving any substantial number of enemies here can take a very long time. Because vampires basically take half damage from everything. Weapons and magic. So there's no shortcut to victory. Yeah, I'm sorry, we're gonna be here a while, but I wanted to show you the source of my pain in this area. Well, one of them's down at least. There are encounters I fought in this cave that had like 4 vampires, though. Liches, thankfully, are actually extremely fragile. A full power attack from any of your fighting characters can take one down in one hit. But they cast all kinds of spells, fireball, healing, and that all-attack spell you just saw. The other problem with this cave is that there's a bunch of stuff I actually want to grab down in here. Thanks for the heals. Okay, finally we're making headway on this encounter. However, these big encounters can give a ton of experience. I don't know how many levels I gained while wandering around in here. I guess that's one of the weaknesses of the Emerald Dragon, is that because of the Ultima style setup, your average random encounter in this game is going to last longer than even big random encounters in a Final Fantasy game, or some other RPG like that, or like Phantasy Star 4, or even Phantasy Star 2. I have to admit that in regular play, I do kinda lean on the emulator's fast-forward button. But I do that for a lot of other RPGs I play like this. Even ones I like Final Fantasy IV. And it's not because Emerald Dragon or Final Fantasy IV are especially long games. I've already talked about how I wish there were more full RPGs that were around this length. And I'm gonna save my game. Just so I don't jump down the wrong thing and have to do a nasty climb. Ah, tense. Okay, let's get this moving. Boss number 2, the Golden Armor. Even stronger than the silver one, and can hit for something like 800 damage, which is a big deal right now. However, his support crew, not that great. It's full of those fire slime things, which are basically nothing. They do, like, early game damage. So it's nothing that we really need to worry about. As I've said before, I don't mind that the bosses in between... Well, the bosses after Ostrakhan are just generally easier. Because there are a lot of times where you have games and you fight this big bad Ultra Beast about halfway through, and then all that everyone made a big deal about, and then everything after them is harder, even if it's just some rando. So even though it's considered a bit of a gaming sin for things to get easier later in the game than earlier, there has to be some kind of space for, well, narrative reinforcement, we might say. Playing through Emerald Dragon again has made me kind of think about RPG design a bit more, because, make no mistake, I really like this game, but also it's rather unusual in it how it does certain things. And I must say, not always in ways that people might like. Okay, boss is down, just time for the mop-up. Because I'm okay with AI controls for everyone else except for one character. I did play a fair bit of Star Ocean 2, after all. But not everyone is, especially if the AI is terrible. Now we're gonna climb all the way up, especially now that there are no monsters, because there's a little prize here. A free fire blade. So we found the forbidden fruit, which means that there's a little side thing that we can go out and do while we're here. because there's actually a second settlement on this island. Once we claw through all the random encounters, of course. Well, that's very closed. That's very a wreck. Yeah, let's turn it over. We're the good guy, and it's our job to give NPCs things that we find in caves. And the reward for this is a high potion. And another high potion. And... okay, it's infinite high potions. I'm just gonna be grabbing a bunch of these. No reason. Let's see, was this the bed? No. I can't sleep in every bed. This isn't Pokemon Sun and Moon. I should finish that someday. Ah, it's here. So the rewards are infinite high potions and a free inn. Perfect. So now we can head back to the Sea Priestess with all of our stuff. Hello, Temple. Why, yes we have. Aren't you gonna share it with the rest of the class? Well, that's ominous. The Horus seem to have their fingers in a lot of pies. Well, looks like we're pretty close to the Demon Palace. And we're just gonna save here. Okay, let's see what's up. Oh! Wow, that's a lot of guys. Hi? Well... no joke, I had actually completely forgotten about this guy. And it turns out there's very good reason for it. He's just a straight melee boss. Neither he nor his little acting troupe actually have any special abilities or anything, they just are all-out smash. So it's no trouble at all, actually. Theoretically, anyway. However, he can hit everyone around him like any other real melee boss. Okay, just take care of you. Let's see what I can do about you. And all that's left is that guy. No problem at all. Okay, so what did the priestess say to you? It's never nothing. Well, anyway, we're just going to see what we can do to sort this out next time. Next time we will be doing a big shopping trip, and then we'll be heading off to the Demon Palace. See you then. Goodbye.